want to continue with the time idea because it doesn't make my hypothesis doesn't seem to make much sense, but it must. It must. And if anybody else knows, please let me know. But this is what I think. I mean, it is true. If you are going one speed, time is a certain way for you, and if you change speeds, it'll change. Maybe not by a lot, but it does. That means that time is dependent on the rate of velocity, or whatever. Perhaps gravity? I mean, the closer you get to the singularity of a black hole, the slower time gets. Hmm. I don't know how that would feel, like I said in the earlier video. If you were on a plane, you're literally going fast, and time is different for you. But let's say, for instance, you were on a spaceship, and everything was controlled to where you didn't feel anything different. If you had a gravity pod, or gravity, anti-gravity machine, or whatever, to make sure that the gravity on the ship was a certain gravity rate, would it be influencing the time? Or does gravity have influence on time? Or is it the rate of speed that the object is going? Because then this is the question for me, does a tree make sound whenever it falls by itself in the middle of the woods? Is there a time where there is no mass? Yes, there is. What type of time is my question? Is it what could it be? Could it be fast time, slow time? What time are we in now? I mean, we are going a certain speed around the sun and everything, so we experience. Well, I'm confused now. I've confused myself on screen because I mean, the 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 rate of speed. Wait, that's the right terminology? I don't know. Uh, damn. Now I'm confused myself trying to figure out exactly how to say this. But basically, all planets go at different speed around the sun. Or around their own star or whatever, right? Depending on how close to where you are. So would time be different there than it would here? Yeah, it would. But would we feel a huge difference in our physical being? I think everything would still be going about the same, right? But we are just moving through time, right? That's interesting. So we're not dependent on time. We're just inside of it. Man, time is weird because it's perpetuating. It's not regressive. You can slow it down to the point where it's possible to go back. Perhaps. I don't know. I would have to know more quantum science to understand time. It's like trying to understand the brake system on your car. You know, you can basically understand that the thing goes like that and it makes the car slow down. You can understand some other stuff, but I mean, if you really study it, and really understand it, you know about every single little bolt inside the thing, every little thing. You know, I understand time. Basically, there's the basics that we are going forward in time. We're riding a wave of time through time. So we're riding through time. So time would be, see, trying to equate it to some other things that I don't think scientifically makes much sense at all. I don't know who to do. I need to talk to a scientist. I mean, what am I gonna do? Get on the phone and call a scientist though? I'd love to talk to someone who actually could say, "Oh, Shane, you missed the seed. Trying to be this or that. This is the." But it's just very interesting to me that time does change, but it's it's why does it change? Why is it allowed to change? Why does it have the freedom to move, to change? And what are the boundaries of that freedom? What are the rules and the habits of nature? Time is a part of nature. I'm very interested in what time is. It's very strange because I think that we would be very dumb creatures to think that everything that we know is just as it is. We don't know that much. It's much more than what it seems. So, for example, I could even use this as a good example. Let's say, for instance, an alien came to Earth and was walking down the beach and found a cell phone. They had all the technology of a cell phone, but they didn't have microphones, to talk into or to hear. Really, it's the hearing part that amazes them. And so, say that aliens think this is the most advanced thing that people had, because look at it, it's amazing. They have microphones. Now, let's say there's other aliens who say, no, they must have had more advanced. Or others say, no, you're crazy. Look at that thing. That's amazing. How you really think that there's going to be more? What do you think? And, maybe ridicule. But then say, for instance, later on they find these two big old microphones in there. It's like, oh my god. Maybe this guy was right. Maybe there is bigger. Now, if you were to say something like there's big speakers, or that there could even be an entire wall of speakers, microphones, whatever, they would not only laugh at you, they might kill you because of how blasphemous that sounds. But it's very possible. It's more than possible. It's actual. And so, people think that, the little amount of things that we know about one subject, that even in everything that we've come to learn to know about everything, it's quite a bit. That means that there are so many more levels above. Like, there's so many more levels above the microphone in this. But to think that there's only this, totally ignore the fact that the universe is so enormous and so tiny at the same time. That there is, I don't know how to explain it in any other words without sounding weirder. Well, I could say, like, there are things that we can't account for with our narrow scope of reality. Paranormal things. We don't know. I've I've kind of experienced some things, but where's the real hard fact about that? And aliens and some of these things, some other paranormal type things that are fairly controversial, pseudoscience. Some people would say not even part of science, more part of fiction. Um, but there's a real fact. There's very interesting things that is just not explainable. Not by the terms that we're on now, which to me has always pointed to a higher science, is pointed to a higher dimension of reality, that we are like ants living in our dimension where we think everything is set in stone, that's how it is. It is for us at our time. For ants, they can't be expected to drive cars. And so for them, at their time, they're thinking correctly. But for us to think like we are, to think there's not this other universe right above our heads like the ants, there's this huge universe of us right above their heads, for us to not think that that's possible, whether it's ghosts or aliens or gods or, there's a lot more. Just because I can't explain it all right now doesn't mean it's not there. And that's the thing, is I think it's all there. And I think it's interacting with us, and people are just kind of experiencing it and trying to explain it. They use different terms and different ways of doing it, but without really good vision, kind of going blind. But this is an age of awakening, I think. We are really, let's try to avoid some genocides for a few more thousand years. And then I'll say something good about the human race. There's a lot of good, but let's just not kill a bunch of people for a while, alright? For a while. They're gonna have to get rid of all the shitty ones. You know that. I mean, there's an overpopulation problem. It's gonna get worse with technology. Something's gonna happen. Wars are gonna have to start happening. Get ready.